today we'll be reviewing Iron Man. Iron Man's a really powerful character if played right. In this video, I'll be showing how to play Iron Man right, even with Punisher hit scans, even with Wanda, even with any other ranged character like Bucky, who can, like, make you fall to the ground, stuff like that. By the way, if you guys do want to see how to play Punisher and how to play Bucky, there will be videos in my channel, which you guys can check out later after this video, obviously. But yeah, let's get right into this video. All right, Iron Man is a really powerful character if played right. Now, what I mean by played right, I mean like where you position yourself. Because if they have if the enemy team has a Punisher or someone that can, like, kill you out the air in a matter of like seconds. You want to play really safe, so you can either play down with your team over here, or you can play kind of off and play behind walls. You can grab the Punisher's attention, because the Punisher will try to look out for you. The main reason for Punisher is to handle Iron Man. So what you can do is try to bait out the Punisher to just only focus you, and the rest of the team can just wipe the entire team. Like, Punisher will be only looking for you. While Punisher's still looking out for you and still trying to shoot you, the rest of your team can take that advantage and shred the enemy team. But if you're compy, you can handle that Punisher yourself with with little plasma ball. Iron Man's primary fire, his R2 whatever platform, whatever your platform is that for his main fire, it's a little plasma pulse that does splash damage. Not a great amount. Doesn't do too much damage. The real damage comes in when it comes into impact. Three-shotting someone. The little splashes that land on someone actually can completely annihilate people. And most Iron Man mains won't tell you to use his ability that much. Don't use it too much, because they can't hit it themselves. Trust me, if you hit the plasmas perfectly, even from a distance, you will literally do so much damage, and I promise you'll be MVP for like the chances of you being MVP is like 75%, 80%. Even with Punisher or Wanda or any other like hit scan like Hela, Namor, if you just play distance, hit your plasmas, you will do so much more damage, so much more like pressure, so much more annoying pressure. With Iron Man. Now his secondary is his little R1, little plasma ray. Now this is really strong if you're not going as hit scan. If you are going as hit scan, there's two things: either switch off Iron Man or just use plasma things for distance. If they're not playing a hit scan, your R1's like just broken, just completely broken. You just shred people completely. With almost the same amount of time it takes you to kill someone with your plasma pulses like this. But that's if you don't run a hit. If the enemy team comp is not running hit scan, which most of the time it does. So when pro players tell you use your R1, they mean use your R1 against hit scan. Use your R1 against non-hit scan comps, and people who are people like Groot, Penny, Hulk, other people like mostly on tanks, not on DPS. You should only really use your little pulse on DPS when you're on a different form, but I'll show you guys that later. Now, of course, you have your little zoom ability. You can move forward. It's pretty long cooldown. And it does come with the blasters, like that. Little blasters, but they don't do as much damage because they're more horizontal than vertical. Don't use your zoom for missiles. Just, keep your missiles. Don't really use it too much. But do use your missile for this form. When you press triangle or whatever makes it overdrive form, you enter this powerful state where Iron Man has extra damage, extra everything. And they just updated Iron Man to make it. They just buffed him for that ability. So of course his pulses do a lot more damage. They're already kind of weak, but let's see. You do still three-shot them, but it's still the damage is amplified. Now, in this form, I would say use your R1 because you increase distance with this one. You increase distance with your R1. when you're using this form. This is the only time I would say hit scan. You can use against hit scan or other, support, DPS, tank.
Didn't think so.
And the more kill, the update they added is the more kills you get with this,
I hope Friday
you get
gets
extra
better
2
for you.
seconds on Iron Man's
I'm not stopping now.
overdrive form. And it doesn't even have to be a KO. It can literally just be a random kill.
Cake.
Alright, let's see. Look, I didn't have to kill, so I can just do that. And once he killed him, then I get the thing, the seconds. I can take this longboard for longer. Theoretically, if you do keep killing people, you can rack up to 20, 30 seconds. But I would say the second best thing part of his kit, part of his triangle, is his missiles. Most people won't say his missiles are good, but look at the damage. When you're like, even from this distance,
Bombs away.
that's
Piece of cake.
almost his entire health bar. And if you do from this range, look at his health. Look at his health.
Hurry up.
Now imagine doing this.
Rockets. Fire.
That's 3.
One step closer to saving the world.
Just imagine how strong you would be.
5. 6 in a row. Way to go.
No one ever uses his missiles in this form. No one. I would say only top Iron Mans would use this ability. Even from a range, it can do good damage. And of course, it doesn't. There's a cooldown on it. I just turn off infinite cooldown. There's obviously a cooldown, but whenever you get it, always pop it. Really, it's never a waste. And splash damage, so it hits everyone in the team. And finally, his ult. Probably one of the most powerful ults, but not so powerful in the way you think. Of course, it can just one-tap literally anything it comes in contact with. But there are so many counters to the ult. For example, it takes too much time, when you're doing maximum pulse. It takes so much time, people can just look at you. There's a strange shield, there's mag shield, there's Emma shield. There's many other tanks that can just block the ult. Even the Dino, he can just completely counter ult, just bubble himself over his entire team. Meg can actually absorb your ult with his ult. But if they don't have those type of characters, or if they're dead, then you can use your ult. His ult, in a sense, is just an instant kill.
Maximum pulse. Pulse cannons end arguments.
But of course, there's counters to a lot of counters to Iron Man, so I don't really be playing Iron Man like that. But besides that, his his ult instant kills. You should use it only against a Cloak and Dagger or against an Invis to cancel their ult. He can cancel ults, yes. Cancel Cloak and Dagger ult, cancel Invis ult, cancel many ults, as you may know already. But it is really easily countered. Now, for his team-ups, he doesn't really have any team-ups. He's anchors for team-ups, but he's not really included in the team-ups. He's just an anchor. These are for different videos. I'll showcase them later on. But just so that Iron Man is mostly an anchor, he's never really a actual person who has a team up. Well, anyways, that will be all of the Iron Man review. He's pretty fun to play. If you do play him in competitive, make sure to play him in the right comps. Don't just play him because you think you're gonna have fun with him. You need to play him in the right comps because you play competitive, obviously. Play him correctly, play in your walls, stuff like that. Just be cautious against punishers. And other than that, I think you'll be good with Iron Man. I deep down, I really believe you guys can be really good with Iron Man. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one.